Okay, welcome to my today's live stream. I'm so excited because this is the launch of something great on this channel. Now, today I'll be talking to you about customer retention and follow-up, and then how you can recover revenues that are hiding already in your business. Now, if you have ever run a sponsored advert, you've done promotional advert, paid advert, and you find yourself, starting your advert each time you restock, then you need to pay attention to this video. Okay, the reason I'm making this video is because I've been a social media marketer for close to a decade, and then I've done sponsored adverts for several clients, and I've been in a situation whereby a client is going to restock. Imagine running a sponsored advert for a client last month, okay, and they sold out. After selling out their product, they restock, and then the first thing this business owner is thinking about is running paid advert. Why that is good? I am of the opinion that you need to start from the customers that you have first. You need to start from the people who have made inquiries before now, before you can start thinking of trying to get in new people, because it is easier for you to get the people who know you already to buy from you than it is for you to try to go through the whole process of trying to convince someone who you've not met before to buy from you. So in this video, we'll be discussing revenue recovery from your paid advert. We'll be discussing revenue recovery from your paid advert. Now, advert is an investment. When you're running paid advert for your business, it is an investment. So if you see it as an investment, you need to have it at the back of your mind that you must get a good return of investment. Let's say, for example, as a real estate, you are an investor, you bought a real estate, or you bought any property, you bought any stock. You want a good return of investment. Likewise, as a business owner, as you're spending your money on your paid advert, you should be looking at a good return of investment, so that your money will not just go into waste. So that when you spend that money, you will know that this is actually an investment for me. Okay? So I'm going to show you a typical business owner, what they do. And then I'll show you what you should do. What you should do. Okay? Now, it is typical. I have seen it happen. When a business owner is running sponsored adverts, the flow usually goes this way. They create content, and then promote the content, paid ads. You run a paid ads, some even spend millions of naira, 300,000, 400,000, 50,000 daily budget just on paid adverts, and you get the leads. Of course, people will make inquiry, leads and inquiry. Now, after getting these leads and inquiry, what happens? They close 5%. Because when people make an inquiry from your adverts, statistics has it that not everyone will buy immediately. That is just the truth. When someone is scrolling on social media, they didn't have you at the back of your mind, of their mind, when they came to social media. They came to social media to get entertained. They came to social media for other purpose. Then while they are scrolling on social media, catching cruise, having their fun, they saw your sponsored advert, and it happens to be what they need, or what they will eventually need. Mark that word, eventually. Sometimes some people will say, oh, I will need this, but it will be, it will be so time. Now, what most business owners, like I see this happen so much, and I'll give you a story about all of this. What most business owners do, they pay for sponsors and they get the lead, they're able to close 5%. 5%, just a very few percentage. You can't compare 5% to the remaining 95% who did not buy from you immediately. Now, this is the reason why most business owners, they end up with the term, my advert is not working. My advert is not working. Your advert is not working because you do not have a system. No system. No system. You do not have a system for the 95% of people who are not ready to buy from you immediately. You do not have any system in place for the 95% of people who are not willing, who are not ready to buy immediately. You understand? They need your product or your services eventually. They are not ready to buy. Some will buy, when the month ends. Some, they have you in mind, but they are not ready immediately. Now you don't have a system. You spend a lot of money, you run paid ad, you get the lead, you close a very few percentage. No system. This whole 90% they go into waste. And then when you close 5% of people, by the time you know it, you say that, oh, my advert, you pump in more money, you close a little percentage of people and you sell out. After selling out, you are happy. You did not even look at your return of investment. If I ask some of your business owners, from the last advert you did, can you calculate what was the return of investment like? You don't know. You don't even know the percentage of it. Now, when they restock a typical business owner, when they restock, because there is no system for this 95% of people who did not buy from you, they are your target audience, so they didn't say no. They didn't tell you that they are not interested, just that they were not ready immediately. But you as a business owner, you don't have any system in place. By the time you restock, you go back and start a circle. You start running another paid advert. Now, you can do better as a business owner. You can do better. You can put systems in place. Now, what system is missing here? What system is missing here? It's simple. Follow up. You do not have a follow-up system. That is why this your 95% of people who are not ready to buy from you immediately are going into waste. This is your money. It is your money that is, you have a lot of money here. Now you allow all of these people to just go just like that. And then you start another, you restock, you start another advert. Let me tell you something. Something that is so familiar, like you will relate to it. Have you ever noticed that you started a new sponsored advert, you restock, and then you started a new sponsored advert, and you discover that someone messaged you from that sponsored advert you are running already? Scroll up, you discover that the person has messaged you before. Are you shocked? When you scroll up, you will discover that the person has messaged you before. Now, you did not follow up on that person, and then the person went about their duty and all, and you started another sponsored advert. Uncle Mark charged you again to bring the same person to you. Are you understanding me? Facebook is going to charge you so long as the person clicked on the advert when it is running and then they came to you. Facebook is going to charge you for that particular advert. Now, You've gotten these people before now, but you did not follow up. Now you have started another advert, they came to you again. Same you paying for the same audience that you would have just followed up on, and keep the flow. Now, this is a system that you can adopt as a business owner, because I can't just stand here and tell you what you are doing wrong without showing you what you can do right to get a good return of investment from the money you are spending on your paid advert. Okay? Now, you can put systems in place. You can have a good follow-up system, and then have a good customer retention system that is going to help you get good return of investment on any money you spend on advertising. Now, how can you do that? What you should do when you create content, after creating your content, you run your paid advert, right? So after running your paid advert, you get your leads, and then put them into a follow-up system, a CRM. Now, one of the concerns that I have about this CRM issue is that I discovered that most business owners, especially small business owners, they do not adopt the use of CRM. And then I started digging deep into it, and I discovered that most business owners, most CRMs that are available are not, cost effective for small business owners. Like I've seen a lot of, most of them are even priced in dollars, right? But as a small business owner, you can make use of a simple spreadsheet. Yes, you can make use of a simple spreadsheet, and AI is here to help us. You can create a follow-up system for your business using AI. Yes, you can do that. Now, when you get your lead, you put them in a follow-up system. So when you put them in a follow-up system, you have their phone number, their email address, what they asked you about. Maybe you are selling fashion items, and this person asks you about a shoe, a particular kind of shoe. You take note of it, so that when you are having the conversation, you make your follow-up conversation to be personalized. Okay, now this is when your follow-up message is being personalized, you are not going to sound as if you are disturbing a customer. Yes, your follow-up is going to sound caring. It's going to show off as though it's going to show off that you care enough for this customer to help them solve the particular need that they have. Now, when you have a follow-up system, when you put your leads in a follow-up system, you take them through what I call the sales journey, sales pipeline. Those who are interested now, those who are not yet interested, they should move through the sales pipeline one after the other. Now, this will help you take everyone through the sales pipeline. Let's assume you have 50 items of that particular product. By the time you follow through, the problem is that most business owners do not follow through. But that is why the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Most business owners, they don't follow up enough. When they even follow up once or twice, they'll get tired. Now, I'm going to show you the system that I recommend you use as a business owner to make sure that you are following up effectively, and then you are closing more sales in your business. But let's proceed with this. Now, when you put your lead in a follow-up system, you close the percentage that you can close. Close some, right? So when you're able to close some of these people, when you're able to close some of them, you will discover that this 95%, because you have a system, a follow-up system, they are in your ecosystem. They are in your ecosystem. They are within you, within your business. So even if you sell out at this point, you close some and then you're able to sell out your product and you restock, the first thing you should do is to go back to your system and start messaging the people that have indicated interest before now. Let it be that you have exhausted all your leads to the point that you are no longer closing, like your lead is now dry. That's what I call, your leads being dry. I'm happy that you're watching this on this channel, because I'll be talking about all of this. I'll be speaking a lot about these topics, right? Now, when you restock, you do not necessarily need to start running a new sponsored advert. You should start with the people who have indicated interest before. It is easier to close someone who have indicated interest in your product or your services than it is for you to start, from the point of content creation, messaging, and then paid advert and all of that. Now, like I said, by the time you put them in this your system and then you take them through another sales journey, they buy from you, you put them in what I call the customer retention system. Customer retention system. This is the database of your customers. The database that has the details of all your customers and what they bought from you. Okay? And what they bought from you. So this is what you usually do as a business owner, and because you've seen this video today, I need you to start doing this. I need you to put up a follow-up system. Use a CRM. If you cannot afford a CRM, make use of a spreadsheet. I created a follow-up tracker that you can use. All of it are in the Follow-up Academy. Like I said, this channel is going to be everything about school, everything about follow-up, customer retention, revenue recovery, customer acquisition. We'll be discussing a lot about it on this channel. So if you are watching this video and you've not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button at this point and make sure you follow this YouTube channel, because every Friday I will be coming here to teach you about these topics that are of concern to business owners. Now, how do you follow up? How do you follow up as a business owner? That is the next question. I've talked to you about having a follow-up system. And I know the next question that will be boiling in your heart right now is, how do I follow up? Now, I have what I call the 7 touch points. The 7 touch points. Now, the 7 touch points is the minimum numbers of time you should follow up on a customer. When I say minimum, that is the barest minimum you should do. When a customer reaches out to you, when you are running a paid advert or they get in touch with you from your content, and you put them in your follow-up system, the minimum touch points you should have for every customer is 7. And let me also bring this to your notice. The attention span of people are reducing. Now, your competitors are no more just the people that are selling the same items and the same product as you. They are not your only competitors. Content creators are also your competitors, because they are also dragging the attention of the people you want to sell to. Content creators, skit makers, musicians, everybody, pastors, so churches, so everybody is on social media, posting their activities on social media. And you also want to sell to the same people, the same set of people. So you see that your competitors are not just people who are selling your kind of product and services. They are also other people, content creators, skit makers. So the barest minimum you should do as a business owner is 7 touch points. 7 is the barest minimum. Now, when I say 7, I'm not saying that you should start sending generic messages to everyone. just do it haphazardly, do it anyhow. The problem is you want to get results, like you want to get good results for your business, but you don't want to follow through. That is just the problem. That is why there is money hiding in follow-up, because it is not everybody that will follow through the process. But I assure you, as a business owner, if you can tell yourself that I want to do this and do it well, if you can tell yourself that I want to follow up with my customers and follow through their process, I want to care enough about my customers, I want to show more concern. It's not about what they are buying, it's not about the money that they are going to pay you. You have to show care enough, okay? You will be able to follow through the process because you care about the results that they are going to get after using your product or services. Or is your product not working? If your product is not working, that's when you will not follow through, because you are not sure of what you are selling. But if you are sure of what you are selling, please follow through, because you know that your product or service is going to provide solution to somebody. If you know that, if I use these eyeglasses for example, maybe I have a broken eye, and you know that this your eyeglass that you manufacture, you produce, is going to heal my eye, why would you follow through? Don't you want my healing? Don't you want it? That's how it is. For your business, see your business as a solution. When you see your business as a solution, number one, you won't see follow-up as a problem. You won't see it as though you are disturbing your customers. And number two, you will be able to follow through because you want your customers to get results. So, like I said, 7 touch points. I spoke about this in details inside the Follow-Up Academy. Yes, I'm running a Follow-Up Academy where I teach in details. I'm using we and I. I'll soon get to it because I have a team I work with as well. So in the Follow-Up Academy, I talked about the 7 touch points in details and what you should be saying at every touch point, because you cannot be repeating yourself and expect to close the sales. Okay, so don't forget follow-up, and the minimum touch point you should have in your follow-up is 7 touch points. Okay, now when they have paid you the money, when that customer have bought from you, remember I am talking about how you can get good return of investment. So the only way that you can get good return of investment from your advert is to ensure that a customer buys from you over and over again. Repeat buy. So by the time they buy from you 1, 2, 3, they'll buy from you the 4th time, they become family, they start referring you to people. That is when you have built a brand. At that point, it is so sweet. You just sit on your own and then calls will just be rolling in. Oh, so this person gave me your contact. Oh, I got your number. For that is because you treated your customers as gold. Now, how can you retain your customer? I have what I call the 4 phases. The 4 phases to customer retention. There are 4 phases that you must take each customer through. The moment they pay you, you must take them through these 4 phases. If you want them to come back, you must take them through these 4 phases. Now, the first phase, I'm going to explain the first phase in details, and I'll leave the rest. I'll leave the rest for the people who are going to be in the Follow-Up Academy. Yes, the link to join the Follow-Up Academy, I'm going to put it up in the description below. You go to the academy and learn how to get good return of investment from your advert. Now, what is the first phase? The moment a customer pays you, put them in your customer retention tracker. By the way, I created a customer retention tracker for everyone in the Follow-Up Academy. Yes, it's a spreadsheet that I created for business owner. You don't need to pay extra for it. Just have it. Yes, like I said earlier, most CRM are highly expensive for business owner to start with. So that is why I took it upon myself to create. I created a follow-up tracker inside the Follow-Up Academy, and I also created a customer retention tracker that is going to take your customers through these 4 phases. So the only thing you need to do is to make sure that you religiously, you intentionally fill up the data. Now, the moment a customer buys from you, dear business owner, make sure you follow through the delivery process. Have a system. If you have a well, you have staff, structure your staff system in such a way that there is someone who is asking the customer, oh, have you gotten your order? Oh, your order has been dispatched. From the point that they paid, oh, the order has been dispatched. It is now with the delivery person. It is now with the dispatch rider. The dispatch rider will soon call you. Even big brands, if you bought from Jumia, you will discover that they follow through this sequence, right? Why is it that big brands who follow through this sequence, they are doing it, but you as a business owner, is it because you are calling yourself small business owner? It's like this small business owner you are calling yourself is making you, it's making you think as though you can't, put in structures in place that can help your business make more money. Or are you allergic to money? If you put these structures in place, you discover that your business is going to make more money. Follow through the delivery process. Why am I saying this? There are so many business owners who do not know that they are expected to follow through the delivery process for their customers. They don't know. And then how do I know? There was a day I was scrolling on Instagram. I saw a business owner. She was saying that a customer reached out to her, and then the customer was like, oh, that she was not pleased with the fact that she didn't follow up to her with her. She didn't even ask her if she got her goods in a good condition and all of that. And then according to her, she said she apologized to the customer. She didn't have it at the back. She didn't know that she was expected to do that. So she was now asking a question that after delivery, after she had dispatched a product, after the dispatch rider have collected the item of a customer, is she still expected to call that customer? My answer is yes. You are expected to follow through that process. That is, when you follow through that process, you have triggered, like you have registered yourself in the heart of that customer. And when they want to buy that particular item next time, they are going to remember you. They are going to remember you. So, following through the delivery process is compulsory for every business owner. Put a system in place. That is what this customer retention tracker will do for you. The moment you put the database, it will take you through these 4 phases. The first phase, like I said, there are 4 phases. I explained it in details in the Follow-up Academy. It will take you through the phase of delivery. You ask them, you make inquiry, oh, have you gotten your orders? It is easier, text message, how much, a WhatsApp chat. It will not cost you anything. Do you know how much you need to pay for adverts to get a new customer? Now, this is why I say it is cheaper to retain a customer than it is for you to start through the whole process of trying to acquire new sets of customers. Okay, so following through your delivery process is very, very important. That is the first phase. Then after a while, you should also check on them, ensure that they are using the product. It's the second phase. In the Follow-Up Academy, I put in detail script and what you should be saying exactly. Okay, so that you will not see all of this follow-up as though you are disturbing anyone. So don't forget, after you have reached out to them, you ask for review, and then you ask for review and trigger the next buy. When I was selling, there was a point in my life that I was selling cream. The moment you buy, then I've not even known about having a tracker and all of that. Those people, all these things are not. That was like 6 to 7 years ago. But once you buy from me, in my head, I know. I will just calculate in my head when your cream is supposed to finish. And then when it's about to finish, I'll start messaging you. That is what follow-up is all about. So now, the only difference now is that I am teaching you in the Follow-Up Academy how to do it using systems and structures. Okay? because your customers are good. You should speak to them nicely, you should pet them. If you don't know how to talk to your customers nicely, thank God now AI is here to help you. Yes, I even tried out something, creating an objection handling tool, so that you'll be able to, your staff, your team members can handle objections on your behalf, even when you are not there. In details, I thought about it inside the Follow Up Academy. And then AI is also here to help you as a business owner. You can create AI agents, so that in case you are in a bad mood and you feel within your, sometimes customer will provoke you and then you want to attack. Calm down. Relax, don't attack a customer. If you don't know what to say, you can ask your AI agent to answer for you nicely. They will answer you, they will answer the customer nicely, calm their temperature, calm the tension first. So that is those are the things that I put inside the Follow Up Academy. I'm so intentional about this Follow Up Academy because I want you to get good return of investment from your ad spend when you are spending money on advert, so that you will not be having pepper body. Some business owners, when you tell them the money they should spend to run their sponsor advert, their body will start paying them. But by the time you know that, when you get these contacts and they buy from you, you have a system. You have a system to keep them coming back. For them to buy from you over and over again, you have their WhatsApp number, email address, and then you put them through your follow-up system. You take them through the sales pipeline. You take them through the 7 touch point minimum. If they don't buy, continue the conversation. You can reduce the frequency. I taught all of this in details inside the Follow Up Academy. See, if a business owner has seen this video, just go to the link in my description and make sure you join the Follow Up Academy. You can't afford to miss all of this. You cannot be spending 1 million naira on adverts and you don't have a system to follow up. You are wasting. See, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. A lot of money. And just in a blink of eye, that's your customer that is supposed to do business with you. Who can't do business with someone else? They will go and do business with someone else. So just use the link in the description and make sure you join the Follow Up Academy, so that you will learn how to follow up strategically. The 7 touch points. Don't get tired. The moment they pay you, take them through the phases, the 4 phase. All the script of everything you are going to say. If you even want to build AI agent, it's there in the Follow Up Academy. If you want to build an objection handling tools, it is there inside the academy. Everything can be automated in this era of AI. Everything can be automated. Okay, so I hope in this video you are able to learn something. I hope you are able to learn something. I hope you are able to learn that you are not expected to do things the old way. I hope you are also able to learn that your paid advert is an investment, and you can get a good return of investment when you have a good follow-up system, and then you also have a good way of retaining your customer. So thank you all for today's video. I'll see you again next week, same time next week, 11 a.m. Thank you.